We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. We need more dogs.
And welcome back to this greatest episode of the 7 Points Podcast. My name is Jayden May, joined as always by my co-host Quentin Crisco, as we bring to you championship weekend in the NFL. We have the AFC Championship, NFC Championship game. We're going to bring you the keys to victory for all four teams. Do a quick 10-minute session, then talk about some other bets we like at the end. So first game, Washington, Philadelphia. We got a spread of Philadelphia minus 6.5, total of 47.5. Okay, Quentin, what does Washington have to do to win this game? 3 things that you can bet on.
Brian Robinson needs to get carries and rush yards over 50 yards. I think his prop is only at like 30 something. So over 50, I'm going all. I think that they need to establish that ground game aside from the quarterback run. 2, Diami Brown over receiving yards. Whatever the number is, it's too low. The Commanders need to establish a deep ball. They need to hit a deep shot to Diami Brown to make the Eagles respect it. And 3, I need Jalen Hurts over 23.5 pass attempts. I need them to force the Eagles to throw the football.
I like that. So for me, for Washington, Jaden Daniels needs to go over on his rushing. He needs to be able to extend plays, keep drives alive. And one way to do that is get your over on rushing for Jaden Daniels. Then I have Zach Ertz, anytime touchdown. They need to get into the red zone. They've struggled in the red zone a little bit throughout the season. You need to get in the red zone, get your tight end in there. Then my other one's similar to his Brian Robinson one, but I'm taking Austin Eckler, all-purpose yards. So rushing and receiving, basically, he doesn't do much outside of that. I think he's returned a couple of kicks and punts this year, but let's just say Austin Eckler over for rushing and receiving yards on that total. So those are going to be my 3 keys to victory for Washington. For Philadelphia, I have Antonio Brown over on his receptions. I think they have to get Antonio Brown rolling in this game to have, if they want to win. They need Saquon to go over on his yards, which, I mean, that's every week for Philadelphia, but I think it's always a good bet. Saquon over yards. And then Jalen Hurts can't turn the ball over. So Jalen Hurts under half an interception.
Now, for the Eagles, and you threw me off there when you said Zach Ertz. I was like, Zach Ertz isn't an Eagle? For the Eagles to win, I need Jaden Daniels to throw an interception. I need Dallas Goedert to go over 60 yards. I think Washington is going to be heavy into stopping Philly's run game. So I need Dallas Goedert to be that inline tight end weapon that you can really utilize when teams are keying in on the run. And then I need Saquon to go over on his receiving yards. It's only like 15 or something on FanDuel. I'm saying like over 40 receiving yards. I think he needs to be a big factor in the receiving game to limit how much Jalen Hurts needs to throw the football downfield.
All right, in this game, get a spread of 6.5 and total of 47. Do you like either one of those?
I'm taking Washington plus 6.5. I'm taking the over 47.5, but I think the Eagles win.
I'm taking both those with you. Washington plus 6.5 over 47.5. All right, and then over in the AFC, we have Buffalo. We have Kansas City. These 2 teams set up for some of the best all-time classics we've had in the NFL recently. Kansas City 1.5 point favorites at home this time. 48.5 point total. All right, give me your keys to victory if the Buffalo Bills want to try to end the drought, go back to the Super Bowl, and win it all.
Your Buffalo Bills.
My Buffalo Bills.
For the Bills to win, I need Josh Allen over 56.5 rushing yards. I need him to be just back-breaking as a runner, where it's like the Chiefs do everything perfect, but he's still just like, it feels like they can't win. Now, I also need Von Miller to come through with the sack late in the game when the Chiefs need it. And they got Xavier Worthy stuck on press coverage. They got Hollywood Brown running the wrong route. and they're double teaming Kelsey in the middle, and Mahomes just needs that extra second, Von Miller was paid to come to Buffalo and do this for this exact moment. Von Miller needs to get that sack. And then third, I need Keon Coleman to show up. Really, this can be Keon or Amari Cooper, but I need a big-bodied receiver to show up and take advantage of some of these smaller Kansas City defensive backs. I need them to play some bully ball and get over 40 receiving yards. I said Keon Coleman because that's who I think has more juice in him right now.
Yeah, so we're similar there. So my first one, I have Amari Cooper over on receptions. I think it's 3.5 right now, last I saw. Need to get one of these receivers going. I'm taking catches there. I think you get Cooper, Coleman, some catches early and often, maybe soften up that defense a little bit, get James Cook going in the run game. I got Josh Allen over on rushing for the same reason I like Jaden Daniels. You have to be able to extend the play, keep drives alive, and you got to – I think if Josh Allen can really be a threat running the ball like he has been his entire career, they'll give him some problems there. And then you have to get Patrick Mahomes to turn the ball over if you want to win this game. Patrick Mahomes historically does not turn the ball over in the playoffs. You've got to find a way to get an interception, a fumble. But as far as props go, I'm taking over half an interception for Patrick Mahomes. And then if you're Kansas City,
Kansas City Chiefs.
My Kansas City Chiefs, Fat Pat Mahomes, Chiefs Nation stand up. I'm taking Kelsey did it last week. He's got to do it again. Let's get Kelsey. I'm taking Kelsey anytime touchdown. You can take him yards. You can take him catches. You can do all of it, all the above. We need another big game from Travis Kelsey if the Chiefs want to secure victory here. I'm saying Pacheco over on carries. I don't know what the number for carries is. You want to establish at least a little bit of a run game here. I'm not taking yards because it can get dicey there with yards and just the way Kansas City utilizes their run game. I mean, they do a lot of screens and stuff with an extension of the run, but we need Pacheco over on carries. And then, just like you said with Von Miller, we need a big-time Chris Jones sack some point in the game. But for this exercise of just prop bets that also align with keys to victory, I'm just taking Chris Jones over half a sack.
I'm with you on Chris Jones over half a sack. That's one of mine. I'm also going with Isaiah Pacheco over 50 rush yards because I don't think it just needs to be carries. I think it needs to be efficient. The Chiefs need to figure something out with their rushing offense that has been a mess since Joe Thuney moved to tackle. They need some answers here. They especially against this Buffalo D line, which isn't great at stopping the run. You need to be able to run the football. Now, third, I need Xavier Worthy to have a catch over 30 yards. And in my mind, this means 30 yards downfield.
I think you can take longest play over.
Yeah, so or just longest play over. I think it's 32.5. I just saw it. That works too. I just need someone to be a true deep threat in this game.
Need a
downfield because
soften up that defense a little bit.
DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, and Xavier, where they only have like 6 plays, 20 plus yards downfield all year. You need that threat. So that's a big one for me.
All right. And then this game, Buffalo's 1.5 point underdogs, 48.5 point total. What do you like as far as that?
Give me KC minus 1.5 and the over 48.5.
I'll take over 48.5. Not touching the side on this game. Winner of this game wins the Super Bowl. Guaranteed. But that'll be it for us. Join in a couple weeks. You know, I know, we know it's Propapalooza time.
Propapalooza time. Let's go.
We'll see y'all for Super Bowl.
Adios.
And when you knock us down, on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap. Before long, we're going